Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, DCJ Philemona MWILU is still under pressure to resign or under pressure to be impeached. Now, reason is how he handled Rigathi Gachagua's case. The empanelment of the three-judge bench, which was a task that was supposed to be carried out by the Chief Justice Martha Koome, but Philemona MWILU did it. Now, there was a case, and I believe you've been following this case, and you are at par with the goings on, and you remember that is the reason why Kithure Kindiki was hurriedly, sworn in. But the case that Rigathi Gachagua had filed back then to stop the empanelment, if at all it had been listened to and the decision had been made according to the law, maybe Kithure Kindiki wouldn't have been sworn in. Martha Koome could still utilize virtual means, virtual means to communicate with the colleagues in judiciary or to communicate with Kenyans about that empanelment. I don't think the main reason why she could not do it is because she was busy, So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to explore that reality that is almost removing DCJ Philemona MWILU from office. So before we explore further this story, ladies and gentlemen, kindly support this channel by liking this video to enable you to share it to other people. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed before. And to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel wouldn't have grown. Before we go further on that reality about the DCJ's fate, let us first of all visit a story here from Dr. Roselyn Akombe, and it's about this judge, the magistrate, the senior principal magistrate Samson Temu, about statements which he made yesterday. And these statements have not sat well with majority of Kenyans. And in Dr. Roselyn Akombe's statement, she says some people do not deserve the offices they hold. And then she shared a photo here of the principal magistrate, and then captioned a statement which the magistrate shocked Kenyans with, and he said,
"Police are called. Why do you want these guys to kill you? These guys, we train them to kill people, not animals. I don't know why you guys don't know. These guys are trained to kill what? Thugs." by the time you confirm and convince them that you are not a thug, you are dead. Unfortunately, yes.
We train police to kill people, not animals. See, this is why people are talking about this story, and I believe you've been following it. Now, that is just an update I was trying to share with you. So back to DCJ Philemona MWILU. Now we know that Rigathi Gachagua has formed his party. It is a party leader to his own party, DCP. That is something that we are now aware about. Should Martha Koome be forced to formulate a panel, that means situation shall have been reversed back to last year, I think October there. Yeah? Before Kindiki was hurriedly sworn in. Should the panel back then, that was supposed to be formed back then, be formed, and should this panel look at the whole thing and say that Rigathi Gachagua was unfairly removed from office? And we know that Rigathi Gachagua is now a party leader. What do you think is going to happen? That is the kind of predicament that Ruto is going to find himself in, should that happen. Now let's focus on if it does not happen, and Martha Koome does not form that panel. It means, because either she forms it or she doesn't form it, the DCJ is still guilty as accused by Kenyans. Kenyans look at her as someone who has done injustice to Rigathi Gachagua, because if only she had not formed that panel, maybe if only she had allowed Martha Koome to be the one to form the panel, maybe hii shida hingetokea, because if Martha Koome had not formed the panel ambayo ilikuwa itaangalia vile maisha bado kuna delay kidogo ya ile term ya Rigathi, because the plan was that kuwe na delay, kuwe na a lot of court cases. Hizi court cases ziwe nyingi, lakini Rigathi bado ni deputy president. Court cases hapa, court cases next year, court cases ziwe nyingi, iende mpaka 2026 huko bado inasikizwa tu hii kesi, so that the whole process hiwe imemblock Kithure Kindiki from assuming office. The plan by the legal team of Rigathi was to delay the swearing in of Kithure Kindiki. So because that delay ni kitu ambacho Ruto pia aliona itatokea, probably the handlers or the people who are the framers of this plan waliona kwamba hiyo delay inaenda itatokea, na ikitokea ni kwamba itawa expose vibaya. So the best thing they could do is to force an empanelment through the DCJ. So the DCJ made his own move and formed the three judge bench. Na you know the result, ladies and gentlemen. So since Rigathi Gachagua has moved on and this empanelment is to be done, because I think at the end of the day it is going to be done. If that matter does not go to the Supreme Court, I think it has gone to the Supreme Court. I will check. But if it goes to the Supreme Court again, there will be another way ya kuweigh hii mambo ya Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court might deliver a final ruling and say that according to the DCJ's move, the DCJ acted accordingly, alifanya according to the constitution, na hakuna kitu kina block that Supreme Court. If it makes that decision or that ruling ambayo iko hivyo, then it means that that will be the end. Now if that happens, it means ile impeachment ya Rigathi Gachagua itakuwa ilikuwa confirmed, na itabidi Rigathi Gachagua angoje tu ile miaka venye imesemekana miaka ni 10, angoje tu mpaka iishe. But if the panel is reconstituted na iangalie ipate kwamba Rigathi Gachagua was unfairly removed, it means ile impeachment haimgusi sana, na yeye anaweza simama tu, anaweza poa kazi, anaweza simama, lakini kama itamgusa, isemekana ilikuwa ni ukweli, sasa hapo Rigathi Gachagua miaka ni 10 atangojea mpaka iishe, ladies and gentlemen. So either way there's going to be some political confusion, some legal confusion matters this move, because something that I suspect that is going to happen ni kwamba Martha Koome na timu yake ya Supreme Court wanaweza amua kwamba wamtetee DCJ, ndio Supreme Court isionekane na madoadoa, because Koome was the one who was supposed to form that tribunal, that panel, but she did not. Instead inasemekana alikuwa mahali tu, ameenda si mkutano wapi, na siko tunajiuliza pale ameenda mkutano, kwani hawezi ku all ile video conferencing na hii timu ya huku wapeane go ahead, yeah? So hapo ndio kidogo nilitatizika, lakini kwa ile swala la uamuzi wa Court of Appeal, nadhani hapo DCJ itabidi angalie kama ata resign ama hata resign, kwa sababu kwa saizi as you speak kuna mtu ashapeleka kesi ya kumtoa yeye. Yeah, you've heard about that petition that was shared with the Judicial Service Commission. Hiyo ni ya kumtoa huyu DCJ kwa ofisi, kwa sababu according to them wanaona kwamba DCJ alimislead wa Kenya, DCJ alimislead serikali, DCJ alimislead watu wote. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to rest my case, but just go below in the comment section and tell us what to think about this development regarding removal of DCJ Philemon MWILU. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.